My name is Jean McDonough, and I would like to know, will the taxpayers of the city of Glenrose own the Palace Theater or the county of Somerville? Who will own it?
It'll actually be owned by separate, the 4B is actually a separate entity. And it isn't even 4B anymore, it's the Glenrose Economic Development Board because of the way they changed, the way their laws are currently written. And so it'll actually be owned by this entity. It essentially gets wrapped into the financial statements of the city of Glenrose. Yeah.
So
And
the
so
taxpayers
Actually,
will not.
it's a separate corporation.
Right, it is a separate corporation, but it is pulled into, because of how it works, it's pulled into the financial statements of the city.
I don't think so.
So the taxpayers won't own the Palace Theater.
Not directly, no ma'am.
The
Well,
Glenrose Economic Development Corporation revenues are generated from a 0.5% sales tax on everything that's bought in the city of
The
Glenrose.
citizens
That's how
and
it's
visitors
structured.
pay.
Right.
The GRD EDC is responsible for managing those funds under the guidance of the city council. Its debts are its debts of that corporation, not the debts of the city.
Not me. Okay, so although I will, and many of us will be paying the taxes that will support this wonderful idea, and it is, we will not own the building. The building will be owned by the Economic Development Corporation, is that correct?
yes ma'am.
Okay.
We don't have shares in it or anything like that.
Right.
It's-
I know,
Okay.
I'm just curious that the city might own a historic building, but they won't. The Economic Development Corporation will own the building.
And like I said, every municipality I've audited several, and has the EDC is essentially sucked into the financials of the city. It's a special revenue fund, essentially, it's how it's treated. And so those assets, those liabilities, that revenue are shown, like the EDC does not publish separate financial statements, they're sucked into the cities.
And would citizens of the county or the city receive special recognition if they came up with an idea to do something in the building? Let's say a community arts group got together. If they were part of the community, would they receive a reduced fare to use the facility rather than if it were?
Those details have not been fleshed out yet. And honestly, whenever we say that we're not looking to manage this, we are looking for an outside entity to step in and manage this, whether it be the chamber, whether it be somebody else. And so that can be negotiated within the contract between us and that entity.
What would the feelings be of the committee that citizens receive a break?
I think it's too early to determine that.
I would definitely be for that.